Good morning, traders. Welcome to this week's ELLIOTTWAVE Forex and Cryptocurrency Market Analysis webinar. I hope you all had a great week. It has been quite a bit of a scrappy week as far as the market is concerned. Not much of trading opportunities, but we have been able to get some really good trade setups regardless. We will be looking at how we focused the market in the last week and what the outlook for the new week looks like. Before we get started, guys, our next course is in 2 weeks' time. It starts on the 5th of September. Those that are interested in the live course, it starts on the 5th of September. It's a 10-day course. If you'd like to join that, you can make your booking on the website. So when you make your booking, you get immediately the recorded course and access to all our services until your subscription expires. Right, so you can do all of that on our website at trading-waves.com. If you like our content, guys, please give us a thumbs up on all our videos on our Trading Waves channel. You can also find our contact details under the description of all our videos. So that's, if you just click under the description, you'll find our contact details, our contact numbers, mobile numbers, Telegram, social media page numbers, Twitter and Facebook. You'll find it on the description of our videos. All right, so let's get right on to it. Let's get started with this week's analysis. I'm going to start a bit differently today. Let's start with the indices. The indices have been quite clear of all the market. The indices have been showing very clear structures, and you can easily get some really good trade setups for the next coming week as far as the indices is concerned. All right, before we get started, guys, also check out our chart of the week. We post a chart of the week here every weekend. We send the chart of the week on the website. So you just click on the resources, go to chart of the week. You'll find the chart of the week for this week. We will update it after this webinar. These charts of the week have been accurate every time we post. I mean, almost 90% accuracy on these charts. If you've got an execution strategy, because what we show you here is the direction. If you've got an execution strategy, you should be making money with these charts of the week. All right, so let's get started. We will start with the recap of what we were focusing on in the last week. We obviously use Slack. I've already opened these links for the next week. So let's just spend just a few minutes on that, and then we'll get onto the outlook for the coming week. We'll start with the indices as I've indicated. Okay, so let's go through the indices and then the recap of how we looked at the market in the last week. Let's get started. All right. So I've already opened up all those links. So let's start with this one here. Right, so we've got Poundcat. So this is to show you how we focus the market. If we've got the sequence and the structure, all right, if you've got the sequence, the cycle, and the structure, right, it's easy to pick the tops and get this trade set up. So this was the focus here on Poundcat. And as you can see, this is what we got here. We got easy 394 pips, picking it up here right at the top. As you can see, 394 pips. This is still going to continue to the downside, right? So we're still expecting more downside here on Poundcat, right? So that's we're still gonna have a look at that in a bit. Now, Pound Chief, obviously, the Poundcat and Pound Chief have been bearish for the last couple of weeks. We have just been selling this. This is another one. We pick it right at the top, as you can see here. This was a simple three-wave structure here with A, B, C in the white degree, picking the top here, looking for this to continue to the downside. So let's see how that one plays out. That is a Pound Chief. As you can see, look at how many pips that is. 912 pips from the moment we picked it up here. It has just been giving us opportunities. We had another opportunity here when it did this, but I'm just showing you where we picked it up from right at the top. We also got another opportunity here with a complex B correction, which I've been showing throughout these videos. And if you watch our videos, you'll see that we've been showing that this has been bearish for a while. And every time we get these opportunities, we just keep selling. We just keep selling. And if we get another opportunity again, if the indicator that we use confirms, then we're going to do that again. We're going to keep selling. So far, there is no indication of this reversing. Now, look at this interesting one. This is now on the cross pairs. This is New Zealand Chief. So New Zealand Chief has given us a very clear structure. This is almost like a textbook, one of those painless trades where you're getting a double correction, double XY structure. We were anticipating, so it's always important to wait for the market. We wait for it to come here so that it can drop. So how did that play out? Let's have a look at how that has played out. As you can see, we have waited for it to come into the blue box. As soon as it goes into the blue box, we sell and we get 198 pips. Easy, just like that. That is New Zealand Chief, right? So blue box, powerful setups that we have here on the blue boxes. Now we've got platinum. Platinum, as you all know, we have been selling from this blue box, but for here, I'm only showing you the blue box for the last week, which was here, which we picked it up here. Those that have been watching will remember that we've got this blue box here when this was giving us this clear ABC structure here in the red degree, as you can see, ABC structure here. All right, so now we had this one here with a running flat here in the blue box, looking for this to continue to the downside. We're already down here halfway at 61% with, let's check how many points there. We already got 868 points on platinum. So from 970 to about 800, let's just zoom in here. So that's from 970 where we picked it up all the way down to 896, $100 move on platinum. Okay, so that's what we've got there on platinum. Let's have a look at now the indices. Now, this is where it's interesting, guys. Textbook setups here. We have been looking at two options here on the indices, but let's have a look at how the blue boxes have played out. So when you look at this is clear structures. We have been looking at this to simply give us three wave structures. As you can see here, we were in the blue box. It went to the upside. Even when we went to the upside and pulled back here, we still expected that because we are still within the blue box, we are still expecting more upside. Now, this is the analysis, guys, on the indices. Even though I'm doing the recap, I'm going to show you what the outlook going forward is as well. So this is a clear WXY structure. As you can see, WXY on the S&P 500. Look at that one here. Textbook 1, 2, 3 here in the lower degree. 1, 2, 3 there in the lower degree, A, B, C there in the lower degree. So the C had not played out. We were simply waiting for a C. As far as the cycle is concerned, we're looking for a C, and then we were looking for then this one to make a push to the upside. Let's have a look at how this has played out. So as you can see, on the S&P 500, we already have a move to the upside in 5 waves. This is going up here in 5 waves. We're currently here, if I show you the green degree, you've got 1, 2, 3. So the outlook going forward is we are still expecting, we're not even expecting this green yet. We want to see this one continue to push to the upside. We're going to have the green pullback. We're going to have a move to the upside. So far, we still have an internal structure here, which is giving us 5 waves here in the purple degree. So we're still only in the purple degree. So whatever pullback you see is not the green pullback as yet. You're still going to have a deeper one in the green degree, but we are still expecting more upside on the S&P 500. And that is the expectation for the rest of the indices, that we continue to push to the upside after pullbacks. Okay, so here's another one. Simple. This is the Nasdaq. As you can see, the same thing, but this one was giving us an A, B, C structure here in the yellow degree. As you can see here, we were already in the blue box, but how do you know that this blue box has played out? Because we were here inside. Okay, but we still said no. The sequence is not done as yet. But then we will only expect this to continue pushing up to the upside when the sequence in the cycle is complete. And as you can see, as soon as the cycle was completed, then we got a move to the upside. We're currently on the upside, and then we're looking for this one to just pull back again. Same structure. We've got this one here, 1, 2, 3. That is not even the degree that we are in. We are still going to expect this one to do this 1, 2. We're still going to have that green degree. So we're still expecting more upside. We're going to get a deeper one, but we're not even worrying about this deep one in the next coming week, maybe in the next 2 weeks or so. But for now, any pullback should continue to the upside. We may get a flat one here around this area, but we're still going to have a push to the upside. We are still bullish on the Nasdaq. All right, let's have a look at the rest here. Dow Jones Industrial, obviously, this will be exactly the same as the S&P 500. This is straightforward. I'm just going to show you the structure here in the red degree. As you can see here, it's 3 waves to the downside. These are 3 waves down. 3 waves down in the W, 3 waves up in the X, and 3 waves down here in the green degree. And we're looking for this one to push to the upside. Okay, so as you can see here, this was a sharp move to the upside, but because we understand the cycles, it doesn't matter what the candles look like to us. As long as we understand the cycles, the sequence, and our indicator confirms we're going to have a blue box playing out, we play accordingly, we trade accordingly. So as you can see here, we were in the blue box. That's where the blue box is. Again, they're all going up in 5 waves. I'm going to show you here again the green degree. As you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3. We're still expecting this one to do that. What you're seeing here in the purple degree is a lower degree. So we're going to have this one. We're going to have this pullback, but it won't even be the green degree yet. We're still going to have more upside there. So that is the focus going forward as far as the indices are concerned. And this one is the DAX. Now, if you look at the DAX, looks like we're starting a 5-wave move to the upside. Let's have a look here. The yellow degree. Look at the yellow degree here, it's 1. We're looking for this one to be a 2. We are in the blue box here. We're looking for this one to start pushing to the upside from the blue box. And indeed, as you can see, we have started a move from the blue box here. So this is actually the UK 100 and not the DAX. Sorry, this is the UK 100. UK 100 in the blue box, expecting it to start to move to the upside. We are still expecting this to continue pushing to the upside here. As you can see, we are currently in this red degree. That's how we're focusing the indices, and that is the expectation going forward. So now let's have a look at the rest of the Forex pairs, starting with the Euro, US dollar, and the dollar index. All right, so let's have a look at the focus for the next week as far as the Forex pairs and the commodities are concerned. Let's have a look at the DXY and the Euro. I've got here let's have a look here at the DXY structure here. So what we were looking at here, we've got a count here on the DXY. Let's have a look here and how we were looking at this market. Let's have a look here. I'm gonna have here this one in the yellow degree. Let's use the blue. So we were counting here that this is the start of wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that we are going to get a double correction here. I'm on the daily chart, so we're expecting a double correction here. We're not getting the double correction here. So that means the count here, we're still gonna have more upside. So that means we are still currently in the wave 5. So the cycle here is not done as yet. So that means we are still going to be in this wave 5 here. So I'm going to show you the structure here, the 5 waves. Yeah, we should still have 5 waves here to complete this cycle. So we still have more upside as far as the DXY is concerned. So what we have here is another wave 5. We're still going to expect a continuation to the upside. That is on the daily chart. So let's go down here to the 4-hour and see what we're expecting going forward. Right, as far as the daily chart is concerned, we've got a 3-wave pullback and we're still going to see more upside. So what you have here on the DXY, this is the dollar index. And this tells you what the market outlook for the rest of this pairs is going to be going into the new week. So we've got 1, 2, 3 here. That is a 3-wave pullback, and you've got already a move to the upside that's going up in 5 waves. What you're going to have here is going to have a pullback here, and this is still going to continue to the upside. So you've got here a WXY corrective structure here. So as far as the DXY is concerned, any pullback that you're going to get here will still continue to the upside to complete the bigger structure. Okay, we have shown you the weekly outlook on this one, so we're still expecting another leg to the upside. This would have been the expectation here was for this one to have been the bigger A, B, C corrective structure, but that's not how that is playing out. We're still going to have more upside. So look for continuation to the upside. It is pretty much still bullish. Now, similarly with the euro, we have been counting this one to be 5 waves complete. It is not complete. It still has one more down. So let's have a look here. So this was the count here. I'm just looking at the last leg here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, we're looking at that one to be, let's just do this one clearly so we can focus going forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now, this is not a 5. This 5 is not complete as yet, and it's like this. So you are going to have continuation to the downside because this sequence here to the downside is not yet completed. So what you're seeing here is a 4 of a 5. So you're going to see continuation to the downside. As far as the euro is concerned, let me go down to the lower degree, right? So in the lower degree, if you look at the videos for the last couple of weeks, maybe 2, 3 weeks back, so the forecast on this one was that this was going to give us this. So if you remember, I said here 1, 2, and then continuation to the downside. If you look at a video from, let me just check here if I can find it quickly. But I need to refer you to the video from, if you go to our channel, go to the video from 8 to 12 August, and you go to around the 26 and a half minute, 26 minutes 30. You will see this analysis here. Look at this here on the euro. Look at this analysis. What did we say with the euro? At that point, we were around this area. Let me just play slightly back here so we can see. You can just come and click on this video and play it for yourself. So that was on the 26th. I'm just going to switch off the volume so you can have a look at what we analyzed. The annotation is from the video itself. So that was the focus, that we're going to make a bit of a push to the downside. We're looking at this as a complex B correction, as I keep saying. Complex B corrections are very powerful. So that structure, we drew that structure way before it played out. If you go and look at the market now, we already have this move here to the upside, and we are currently on this downside and expecting this to do that. Okay, so let's go back to the structure. Let me just play this some more so you can see. So that in the white degree, I was indicating that that is a complex B correction, and the reason why we're expecting that to push slightly higher up to this level before coming down. Let's play that one again. So as you can see here, showing that it is in the purple degree. We're expecting that at that area should be where we get the blue box, and that the euro should drop from there. Okay. So if you want to understand cycles and sequences, do yourself a favor, go watch that video and see how we focused it. So let's go back to that. As you can see, how did the market play out? Exactly as forecasted. Okay, so that is the structure that has now eventually played out as far as the euro is concerned. That was purple degree here, A, B, C. Got that one over there, the complex B correction here in the white degree, made a running flat instead of a regular. That's fine. We've got that, and we've dropped here from around 140 as expected. There was an opportunity here for a sell. There was an opportunity here with the blue box. We're currently making a move to the downside as far as the euro is concerned. Now, if you look at this one here, what we have here, it looks like this structure is already complete. The only thing you can have here with the euro coming to this week, you can have a three-wave pullback, but this should continue to the downside as well. Now, members will see that we're going to update this structure as well. We're still expecting this one to continue to the downside, but we should still get a bit of a pullback and a continuation to the downside as far as the euro is concerned. So the DXY, the theme is that the DXY will still continue to be bullish. And in that case, if it continues to be bullish, that means that the rest of the euro pairs, as you can see with the pound US dollar, we're going to expect the continuation to the downside here. We had a three-wave pullback here on the pound, making this clear ABC structure here. Okay, so there was also an expectation that this could make a double last week. If you remember, this could have made a double and continue to the downside. It did not make a double, it's a single. So whatever corrective structure here that you get here, this is what we're going to be looking at here to continue to the downside as far as pound is concerned. US dollar CAD, okay, with that US dollar CAD and with the DXY looking strong, expect US dollar CAD to continue pushing to the upside. So we've got something like this here. So there are two possibilities here, and you have to watch them carefully, whichever one confirms first. So we've got the indicator to confirm those two options. So you've got this one as a pullback. We've got this one having made an impulsive move. The least that could happen here is that we get a bit of a pullback here, an opportunity to take this one further up higher. But there's also this possibility that this is making an expanding flat. And if it's an expanding flat, that means we're going to have one more down before we push to the upside. But whichever one confirms first, we're not going to miss either, because we've got two options. Whichever one confirms, we're going to catch it before the move happens. And that is what we're looking at here with US dollar CAD. So a possibility for this one to give us a move from here and continue pushing to the upside. Overall, expecting a bullish move on US dollar CAD. All right, US dollar CAD chief is showing us very strong move to the upside. We may get one more down or a pullback like that before pushing to the upside, but overall expecting this to be a bullish move to the upside. All right, that is what we've got on the US dollar chief. Audi US dollar, right? So Audi US dollar, we have been expecting this to have completed this bigger structure. looks like we're still going to have one more down. That structure has not completed as yet. If you look at this, this was the expectation here that we're going to have this one here as a 1, 2, 3 to have completed here and a move to the upside. This 3 does not look to be complete. We still looks like we're going to have one more down here. We're going to have one more down and a push to the upside. Does that change the structure? Not at all, because now our structure is going to have something like this: 1, 2, 3. We're going to have this one as 1 with a complex B correction there. Let's show the complex B correction here. 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, 3 waves down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that bigger WXY structure is still in play. Just means that we are not ready for a move. This was not the impulsive move to the upside. This is what we're going to get: one more down before we push to the upside on Audi US dollar. It's a similar case on New Zealand as well. So as you can see here, New Zealand is also not yet complete. We're going to have a 3-wave pullback. The downside is not complete yet. The 3-wave structure here, which is 1, 2, 3, is not yet completed. We're going to have one more down before we push to the upside on New Zealand. Now going to the lower time frame here. If I'm going to the lower time frame, let's have a look here. On the 4-hour, let's go to the 4-hour. So the 4-hour is indicating a bearish move going into the new week as well. So don't come and sell this. As you can see, we've got 3 waves to the upside. Don't just come and sell this as it is. 1, 2, 3, it's an ABC pullback. We've already got a pulsing move to the downside. This will likely come and make a move like this before dropping again. So it will give you an opportunity for another sell setup to come down. Okay, so don't feel left out and have FOMO and just go take that trade. You will get an opportunity to sell that on again. Now, with going with the theme of the stronger DXY, it applies to the exotic pairs as well, like US dollar ZAR. A clear 3-wave structure here on US dollar ZAR. We've already made a pulsing move to the upside. Expect a pullback and a continuation to the upside. We've already broken out of this structure here with an ABC corrective structure. Expect more upside after a corrective structure here on US dollar ZAR. Okay, so exotic pairs like US dollar PLN, they are the same. If we could look at this one here, this is a PLN here, exactly the same structure as the euro, and you'll see that most of the exotic pairs are like this. This one is like US dollar SEK. It will give you a similar structure. Expect this one to continue to the upside. Okay, so that's what you've got. Oh, I've actually got US dollar SEK. Difference is that this one is a bit deeper. As you can see, US dollar SEK, giving you an example of what's going to happen with all the US dollar pairs. You already have a pulsing move to the upside. Expect a pullback and a continuation to the upside. They're all like that. Those are the exotic pairs. Now, looking at US dollar, the yen pairs. Let's have a look at the yen pairs. Now, the yen pairs, this is pound yen. I have been saying that the yen pairs have got a possible one more move to the upside, and it's not just going to drop like that. So we're going to take it one move at a time. If you look at this one here, this is pound yen. There's a possibility that this one completes the structure. If it gets to around 164 again, we're going to sell this, and this could be the end of the move, and this could be the start of the move to the downside. And possibly it could also make a structure like this. Let's do that here. Let's show the structure here so you can make it bigger. So it can also make a structure like this. So do not go and rush and just sell this because you're looking at this, because this structure as it is does not make any sense. It is not part of the Elliott wave structures. So what you could likely have here coming into the new week, you could have this one having made an A, B, and a C before we come to the downside. So there's a likelihood that this one can actually make a move to the upside. Otherwise, we can still just continue to make a move to the downside here, but that will change the structure like this. You could have this one making a move like that. So then you'll still have this, and you'll have this one here, having made a complex B correction here as follows. Okay, as follows. Right. So don't rush this. So likely that this is going to do that and then downside. So that is pound yen. US dollar yen still pushing to the upside, but looks like it has come up to the blue box. Let's confirm this into the new week here. We've got what looks like a 3-wave pullback Will this one start the drop here? So that is the expectation as far as US dollar yen is concerned. And if you look at the other yen pairs, it looks like we're going to have one more down here. So let's see if we're going to start a reversal here. If we start a reversal, we should see US dollar yen come as low as this level here. But with the DXY looking strong and expecting a pullback on the DXY, we should get this one coming down here with a pullback on the DXY, because US dollar yen and the DXY are correlated. If you look at euro yen as well, it is making what looks like 1-2, just like a pound yen. This one could push to around this level before making a move to the downside, giving us an ABC corrective structure to around this level. We'll be looking for that. Right, that is euro yen. Chief yen similar. If you look at chief yen, okay, so similar, but this one has already broken out of the corrective structure, which is an ABC corrective structure here. As you can see, that is the structure. It's already completed, and it's gone up here in 5 waves. These are 5 waves. Can we start seeing this one making a pullback in 3? Let's see what we get into the new week as far as the chief is concerned. CAD, same. This one looks very likely to start a move to the downside more than the rest of the pair. So we could start seeing here this one coming around the blue box area and starting a move to the downside with that structure. Let's see what we get coming into the new week on the yen pair. So you're going to have to be patient before you execute on the yen pairs. Audi yen looking downside with this structure here. We've got a move to the upside. We've got a pulsing move to the upside. We've got one. This one is giving us a 3-wave pullback here. Is this going to be giving us a pullback here before continuation to the upside? Because then that will be a nice ABC structure here like that before we push to the upside. An ABC corrective structure. So expect a move to the downside here going into the new week. That will be the same as New Zealand yen. Now, if you look at New Zealand yen, it looks like we're already starting a move to the downside. So we are currently here. So this could make a move like this. And then you'll have this one as a bigger structure here. Let me just use different colors so you can see what I'm trying to show you here. So there's a likelihood that this is a internal structure here in the yellow. Do that. And we have this one as a bigger structure, a complex P correction, B, and then we go like that. So we're still only here. So there could possibly be a bounce from here to around this level, a move to the downside, and then a continuation to the upside. So we'll be watching the yen pairs very closely because they look like they are still the corrective structures are still in the making. All right, so let's see how this one plays out. That is New Zealand. All right, looking at gold. So gold, we were looking for this to have completed the bigger structure. It looks like we may not be completed as yet. I have to show you the bigger structure here on the daily. So if you look at the daily, we've got 3 waves down, we've got 3 waves to the upside, we've got 5 waves to the downside. Okay, so that looks like the 5 waves to the downside have not completed as yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're still going to have one more down here on gold, and then you're going to have a simple ABC corrective structure here in the green degree, in the green degree. My apologies. Right, so in the green degree, so expect one more down before any bounce on gold. So that makes sense with the DXY looking strong going into the new week as well. Okay, we were expecting that this one could be starting to complete the move from here, but it looks like the sequence is not done as yet. The indicator is still telling us that we're going to see one more down. Similarly with silver, we're expecting this one to have made a leading diagonal in the wave B and 5 waves here. Okay, how does that work? You've got this as 5 waves, you've got this as 3 waves, and you've got this as 5 waves, and you've got that as ABC. And we're looking for this one more down before any move to the upside. Let's see how that plays out. So we're currently looking for one more down. So this last week we were looking at this one to have possibly completed there, but that you cannot see with the naked eye. You need to have an indicator to confirm that. So that was not the move. We still have one more down. Let's see what we get around this level. Could we even see 16 here as far as silver is concerned? Platinum, I've already shown you this one during trade recaps. It's exactly the same scenario. You've got an ABC, 5 waves to the downside. You've got a 3-wave pullback here. What we're simply expecting here is is another 5 waves to the downside, so we're still expecting one more move to the downside. So platinum should continue to the downside. So if you get an opportunity to sell platinum, you can still sell it to as low as 800. Okay, so you've got a clear ABC corrective structure on platinum. Brent crude oil, we've been talking about how Brent crude oil can still go lower. The bigger structure on Brent crude oil on the daily is that this is still going to continue to around this level before any reversal. Let's go to the lower degree here on the 4 hour. Now, if you look at the 4 hour on Brent crude oil, we are still going to see one more down here, okay, before we start seeing upside. So we're still going to see one more up, one more down here before we see upside on oil. Looking at the pound pairs, these have been straightforward. So we'll be looking at, let's have a look at pound Audi. Looking at this structure, completed this corrective structure here. 1, 2. Let's just, I just need to get this one off here. Take this off. Complex B correction. 1, 2, 3. After that completion of that, this has been bearish. So every time this one, you saw this one during, it was not, we did not have this one on a recap, we had Poundcat. So this one, we had an opportunity here, we had another opportunity here. So this is still going to continue to the downside. We are still going to see more downside on Pound Audi. Let's push Pound New Zealand just next to that one. Let's do Pound New Zealand next, because these are correlated. So Pound New Zealand and Pound Audi are correlated. Let's see there's a pulsing move here. So whatever's going to happen here, it could be just a move here and then continue to the downside. And the bigger structure here on the 4 hour will be 1, 2, 3. As you can see there, that will be the bigger structure. Any push to the upside will be an opportunity to sell Pound New Zealand. Or this can actually just come down from here. Poundcat has been bearish for a while. You've seen this one on the recaps from here with these 3 waves. With these 3 waves, whenever we had these opportunities, we've just been selling Poundcat. So every time you get those opportunities, you just sell Poundcat. It has been bearish for the longest time. Pound Chief, similarly, you've seen this one, 912 pips, which we took from right at the top. I can't even see it on the 4 hour. I have to go up to the daily. So from this one here, even when we were here, we did say that this is going to make a push to the upside with these bigger corrective structures. From last year, when we saw this correction in the beginning of 2021, we knew that this was going to make a move to the downside with this bigger corrective structure. So from here, we have been looking at those opportunities for this to come to the downside. We are still going to see more downside on this if it pulls back like that. So if we see this one making a move to the upside, it's another opportunity to sell it because it's not ready for a move to the downside as yet. Euro Audi. So Euro Audi, we have shown this structure a couple of weeks back where we needed to get this one to make a corrective structure and then a drop. Okay, so what does this mean here? Can we get this one to make a corrective structure here and continue to the downside? That is the expectation. So let's have a look here on the 4 hour and look at the and other possibilities as well. So if you look at this on the 4 hour, this does not look like it can come and take here to make a structure like this. I'm not expecting this structure. I'm not expecting this. I'm drawing it funny even. So I'm expecting that if it's going to make a 3-wave structure, it's going to be like that, something like this. So just wait and wait for the structures to build clearly before you take opportunities on them. Right, EuroCAD, just like Poundcat, it has been giving us simple trading opportunities. Look at this trading textbook regular flat with that move. Still expect this one to continue lower. Any pullback, it's an opportunity to take it even lower on EuroCAD. Euro Chief, just like Pound Chief, has been bearish as well. There's not even a new trading opportunity. As you can see, it's a straight line down, not even a proper trading opportunity except for the last one that we had here, this last one that we had here on the 4 hour. But what we're looking for here is a deeper corrective structure that will still sell because the structure and the sequence is still downside. Euro Pound. Now, Euro Pound is giving us a very nice 3-wave pullback here, 1, 2, 3. Around this level, we should be looking for a sell setup like that. Okay, so that is a euro pound, euro New Zealand, just like pound New Zealand. This one can make a 3-wave pullback. This is 5 waves, so we can get something like this, a move up. So as you can see here, this is still in the making. That's not something that we want to trade now. We wait for it to mature before we execute, and it can give us a structure like that. All right, so that's what we have on euro New Zealand. Right, so we've already gone through some of the crosses, and that is what I have for you for this week as far as the market is concerned. If you like our content, please give us a thumbs up, drop us a comment, and hit that bell notification button so you get an alert the next time we upload a video. Those that are interested in the crypto video, you can check it out on our YouTube channel. It will be available by today. Have a great week, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.